y'all. It's your girl, Gemini Jazz with House of Chiron, and we are back with another episode of Galactic Gossip. So, we are embarking on the third week of February, and we are coming off of just kind of like a cool and I guess you can say not so active week. But moving into this third week, we have some things going on and some shifts happening with some of our personal planets and all that good stuff. So before we dive into this week's energy, I would like to say thank you for being here. If you are new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button wherever it is. And if you are returning, welcome back, welcome in, and all that good stuff. Okay, so a few quick announcements. The Celestial City membership is open. That is for $33.33 per month, where you get Reiki, astrology readings, astrology information, insight documents for you to learn and understand. Any of like my workbooks, ebooks, any of those things come in there. Also, we get free book resources for astrology and maybe even a little bit of psychology stuff if you're interested. We get to meet and greet with people that are like-minded and all kinds of good stuff. So there's so much more for just $33 per month. So you are always welcome to join us there. And we have the February $10 readings that are available on the website. So if you are looking for the remainder, it's only half of the month left, but if you are looking for the remainder of the month ahead reading, that is available for $10.10 on the website. But we also have the year ahead readings that are available, and those are going for $16.99. So you can get the year ahead energy for one sign or all signs, just depends on how you want to do it. So yeah, just navigate your way on over to the website and check all that out, all the services and whatnot. And you can find the information to the website and whatnot at the description box below. So with that being said, before we dive into this week's energy, just a quick update. I had an event this week that came unexpected. So, a lot of this Uranus energy that's in my first house is manifesting itself through this way. So I am open. I have to remain open for things to manifest in unexpected ways. So I had an event and it was a wonderful event. It was with ATX Gals. It's a initiative, a programming, for women, and it was at a space here in Austin, Texas called the Cathedral. So it was really beautiful space, lots of artwork. It was really great to have this experience. I got to meet tons of amazing people from all walks of life, got to share my passion and my interest of astrology, got to do some astrology readings, and yes, I just want to give a shout out to them and a thank you also for considering me and whatnot. Anything else? Any updates? Besides that, that's the only update really that's been going on in my life that kind of just came unexpected. It was a pleasant surprise to have that experience. But yeah, so that's what's going on last week. That's why this reading is out a little bit late. I had that event come in and I had to get the reading out afterwards because I had to prepare. So here we are. Now let's talk about this week coming up. So we're going to cover the energy for February 13th all the way through February the 19th. And starting off the beginning of this week on February the 14th, Mercury is going to re-enter back into Aquarius. So it's going to navigate its way through Aquarius from the 14th, which is Valentine's Day, if you celebrate it, all the way through to March the 9th of 2022. And so the first Mercury retrograde of the new year is coming to an end, right? So it's already done. And now it's embarking back into the sign where it first stationed retrograde. So towards the mid part of last month, we experienced the retrograde. And so now that that's over, it's going back to the position that it was so we can kind of put to a test the things that we have learned and reevaluated and the things that we had to kind of like revise certain plans, putting things back into the test about what we've learned, right? So not only did our genius ideas get put on a pause when it moved retrograde back into Aquarius, but we needed to build things in a more practical way, going at it in a practical approach. So we also had to reevaluate our self-worth in connection to how we connect with others, right? Because at that same time, Venus was retrograde. And so many situations surrounding partnerships, our finances, our values, and receptivity surface during this retrograde period while we had both of these going on. And so Mercury retrograde is now over with. And we all know that a typical Mercury retrograde is known for like car issues and technology malfunctions and all those things. But still, on top of that, we were faced with other matters and malfunctions that were actually in our lives, presented us with an understanding of what needs a course correction, so to speak, or what needs some type of adjustment. And so Mercury is now moving back into Aquarius, and this is lots of genius energy. Okay, innovation, innovative qualities is that Aquarian, Mercury and Aquarius kind of energy. So we can create innovative ideas that align with our soul's expression during this time, our perceptions of others and relating to our networking circles, our friendships, and overall goals are really broadened and aligned to our core expression during this time. So the courage to stand in our authenticity is going to come with this Mercury re-entering back into Aquarius. And this is assisting us in achieving our goals, making solid connections, and accumulating the material gains that build our legacies. Okay. And so throughout this Mercury, regression from Aquarius and back into Capricorn, what have we truly discovered that's holding us back from our best self and our best life goals? Okay. And that's kind of like the question that we have to ask ourselves as we embark on Mercury's transit through Aquarius as it moves forward. Okay. So on the very next day, we have the sun, which is in Aquarius, making a square to the North Node in Taurus. And so this square, it's a lot of fixed energy going on. So it's kind of like feeling like stuck in the mud, not allowing yourself to move. But this is going to come in different ways. So the problem with facing our destiny is going to be more apparent than ever. So that square aspect that's happening is asking us to use our vitality and exert the energy required to solve any issues, whether it's financial, relationship, partnership, or issues of value during this time. A square aspect is typically a challenging aspect to manage, but it almost always, if you're willing to learn the lesson and do the work, it almost always allows us to grow through these experiences. It's going to grant us a different perspective of whatever the situation is at hand. Okay, so on top of that, things are gradually being solved if we recognize where the ego is in this, tapping into our subconscious power, going after those goals. There may be someone in a position of authority, providing some assistance for us on this day at this time, or even connecting us with the proper network that ultimately solves the problem, right? Getting us in those spaces or with those people that can really, truly assist us. Okay. And so we are aligning with intent, with where we are destined to be, right? We're aligning more so with that as we embark on, a lot of this Aquarius energy, especially with this fixed energy, is kind of telling us and showing us where we have been stuck in the mud, where we have been holding ourselves back. So moving forward, the very next day, we have Venus making a conjunction to Mars at 16 degrees in Capricorn. This happens on February the 16th. So our desire for intimacy and connection, that connectedness feeling, the passions, they are going to be intensely increased on this day. Mars and Venus are, having this connection in the heavens to express their adoration for each other. And so that's kind of how we're going to be feeling. And we're looking to release what is not solid and embrace what lights us up from within, because they're still in Capricorn. Okay. Now, our social skills and our charisma is going to really take us to different places that helps us to build the foundation that are practical and consistent. Okay. And this is what brings or builds the longevity, that Capricorn longevity. So passions may be flying high during this time. We are excited to, initiate something new, something of value, something that is truly ours. That's how we are going to be feeling on this day at this time. And so some things may not make the cut because Mars is there. Okay, especially if it does not align with the practicality and the consistency that Capricorn requires. Now, Venus is the ruler of art, beauty, music, finances, relationships, and Mars adds this flare of confidence to our creative endeavors, even in our relationships and financial situations. So also on this day, new beginnings are possible, right? Especially in the areas of our lives that are ruled by Venus and Mars. Okay. So our self-identity, our self-image, money, partnerships. And it's kind of like a cosmic reset, if you can see it that way in these areas. So it's kind of like you come to terms with the lessons that you've learned. You're ready to embark on a solid new path. And now you are releasing what needs to be released and forging forward with what you have and what needs to go on this journey. Okay. Now, some of the big energy that we have for this week is this full moon that happens at 27 degrees in the sign of Leo, also on February the 16th. So this is happening while we are having Mars conjunct Venus on the same day. So it's going to be an intense kind of day. Now, our sense of individuality is really culminating with this Leo full moon, and it's illuminating at 27 degrees, which equates to a 9. And so this is about something ending or being released because something new is coming. Now, the closing endings that are happening are really preparing us for new beginnings that are right above or right beyond, right on there on the horizon. And Leo wants us to be ourselves. Leo wants us to express that from our core, with courage and with confidence. So let's think back 6 months ago. Okay, 6 months ago during Leo season, around the Leo new moon, what new beginnings from that point or that moment in time are culminating now? Okay, what intentions that were set during that time that we can see the manifestations of now? So between the summer of 2021 and now, we have to ask ourselves if we have been leading into our goals with our hearts, right? Because Leo rules the heart. It's about doing things with your heart, getting to the heart of the matter. Now, at the time of this full illumination of this Leo full moon, both the sun and moon will be square the the nodes. So, they're going to be both square the south and the north node. So this is creating challenges surrounding our destinies. But like I said before, challenges are not necessarily, the squares are not necessarily negative things. It might be a challenging or a difficult situation that might arise during this time, but ultimately it's something there that we need to learn, and it promotes growth. And of course, growing in any kind of way is always beneficial on the opposite side, right? So there may be a definite release of something for us to embrace what is being birthed later on, right? Because, Leo rules that creative space, and anything that is born, anything that is birthed, comes from that sacral chakra, that Leo energy. And so we might be, in really creating things like that's more aligned with our creative self-expression, right? Which all stems from, that space of creation, that Leo energy. Now, what we are embarking on must come from within, right? Created from within with the intent to serve the collective, right? With the intent to help others, to serve others, whether it's a beneficial idea or however it might be. It's about the collective during this time. Right. So serving, the collective, but also, never forget yourself, serving ourselves through our individual expression. Now we gain these alternative perspectives, to obtain these desires through challenge and triumph. Right. So there's not one without the other. We're all going to go through these challenges in order to triumph. You can't really appreciate, the victory if you have not worked to get there, right? Not truly. So now we also, on the very next day, have Jupiter in Pisces sextiling Uranus and Taurus. So this happens on February 17th, and Jupiter's optimism and opportunities coming unexpected. and plentiful with this connection to Uranus, right? So on this day, we might feel charismatic, optimistic, overall possess like this high vibe kind of energy, right? We begin to feel the breath of freedom on the back of our necks just blowing all over us. So we can expect the unexpected. We can expect unexpected windfalls because that Uranus and Taurus energy. Money, good fortune in relationships, maybe even like endless excitement towards our current endeavors. That might be what's, really the windfall of, like might have an abundant amount of, exuberance and energy, excitement. So this energy is really excellent to dive into innovative projects, creating something new. Also, this could showcase our artistic abilities and telling us where we need to embrace, excitement over anxiety, embracing the unknown, forging forward into it and allowing it to expand our horizons, and also remaining open, remaining optimistic, remaining open to thought and expression and thinking things outside of the box, allowing that to really expand our experience and our sense of adventure. Okay, so last but not least, we are embarking on the start of Pisces season. So the sun is entering into Pisces on February 18th. So happy solar return to all of you beautiful Pisces people. And so this is representing the ending and the beginning, right? So the sun moves into Pisces. It's the end of, the astrological year, so to speak. And now we are moving into a new astrological year once we have Aries season begin, but not without celebrating the Pisces people first. Now, sparking this rebirth in us and, within our spirits, that's what this is going to be bringing. And as our focus shifts onto themes of like unconditional love, abundance, creativity, regeneration, this is allowing our senses to soar. Now, during the sun's transit through Pisces, there's going to be conversations between the sun, Jupiter, and Neptune, right? With their conjunctions and their aspects that they make with each other. And this is ushering in many opportunities for us to embrace ourselves, as well as those that we share our life with, right? Those that we share this universe with. So we will be reminded that all we desire can be accessed with what already lives within us. We just have to tap in to harness our most extraordinary power, right? Using our intuition and the frequency of love to manifest our wildest dreams. So I think that Pisces season is going to be beautiful. And I look forward to all of this wonderful, this, week of energy. So yeah, that is all that I have for this week. I hope y'all have a wonderful week ahead. And yeah, I will be updating y'all on all the new things that come out, because I'm sure it's going to be more unexpected events and things that come up because astrology says so. So anywho, y'all have a wonderful week, and I will see you again soon.